Hi guys, and welcome back to another pick a card reading. My name is Melody and this is Tarot by Melody. So today's topic is who were you in a past life? So we're going to cover who you were in your past life, what your lesson was of during that past life, what your lesson is currently in this life. We're going to go through your occupation. We're going to go through like what area you could have lived in. And we're going to go through what dates that you were alive during this past life. And yeah, so I'm going to be using this pendulum magic book. We have in it, it has, you can use your pendulum to figure out the dates, the location. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the pendulum from falling from the page. Your background, yeah, what social background you had, and your occupation. So we're going to use the Pendulum Magic book during the reading to assist in finding those specific things out. So we have 3 piles here. We have pile 1, which is Celestite. We have pile 2, which is this shell that I got from a beach. I don't remember what beach. And then we have pile 3, which is selenite. So I'm going to give you guys a few moments to settle in and figure out which pile you feel called to. And you could totally be called to multiple piles because we all have had multiple past lives. So all right, if you need more time, just pause the reading, but I'm going to go ahead and get started with pile 1. All right, pile 1, if you chose Celestite, then this is your reading, and we are going to see who you were in a past life. So who are you overall in a past life? We have the 6 of Pentacles and we have the Empress. So I definitely feel like in a past life you were some sort of public figure, or some sort of like royalty. Like I think that you were well known in your past life with the Empress card here. You were well known as being a creator. You could have created something that was popular in your past life. I'm hearing like a writer, like a novelist. You could have wrote something. You could have given birth to someone who was popular, so you could have been known as someone's mother or someone's parent. And with an Empress card, also artist, like a painter, poetry. So I'm hearing like you could have been well known for the art that you produced, or you were born into like a family of high social status, or you gave birth to someone that ended up, or just was a parent figure to someone that ended up with a high social status. So yeah, there are multiple energies here. So this is so pick what resonates for you, obviously. But yeah, with the 6 of Pentacles, you were also well known for giving to charity, helping people that needed help. People just thought of you as a caring individual, very giving, very nurturing person. If you had money to spare in your past life, you always gave to people who needed it. You gave your time and energy to people who needed it. Yeah, you were also, I just think that people who knew you, just when you passed, like they were left with only like pretty much good memories of you. And like also, even if people didn't really know you, they knew you through like the actions that they heard from other people or that were portrayed to them. Like again, if you were a person of high status, like, or you could have been just a public figure, a celebrity, something like that. People just saw you through that avenue or that page of being shown. Lord, Mercury in Taurus has got me messed up. Anyway, so yeah, but yes, you were well known in your past life. So let's go ahead and look for more and see what else we have. So we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Five of Swords reversed. Scoot these over so you can see more. We have the Page of Swords, and then we have the Page of Cups. So with the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups, I feel like I'm getting like those were your children or some sort of energies that were around you. So if you were a mother in your past life, then I feel like you gave birth to two kids, an air sign and water sign, with the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups. And those people lived on in your name. They went on and like carried your name well. I feel like you had a really good connection to your children when you're in your past life, and they thought like they carried your name well, meaning that like when you passed, they continued to do the good deeds that you did. If you started a business, I think the Page of Swords took over the business, and the Page of Cups helped out a little bit. But yeah, like your kids thought highly of you, and they wanted to carry out like the good actions that you had. So in your past life, I feel like you had you struggled a lot with continuing to be the person that you were known to be. So with the Queen of Cups energy being here, you were, and the Empress card, like you are who you were shown to be. So it wasn't like you were embodying some like false character. You really were just a naturally giving, nurturing, attentive person. And but you were also really known for like your ideas and your creativity with the Ace of Wands. But behind all of that, I think you struggled a lot with your mental health with the Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords reversed. You felt sometimes really trapped in the image that you had. Like you couldn't even like show like your true emotions all the time about how you were really feeling, because people always expected you to have this like nurturing creative energy. So people always expected that of you. So you felt like you could never really truly be yourself or truly show yourself with the Eight of Swords. So sometimes you felt a bit trapped in that image and conflicted. Like you were fighting the image sometimes in your head, like carrying on as being this person, because there were moments in your past life where it became too much, and it was too much of a burden for you to be this public known figure sometimes. So I feel like there are points in your life where you might have had to take a step back from the spotlight due to your mental health, or what have you. Or it might have been that you faked the reason of why you were taking a step back, but it was really just due to like your mental health. But with the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups, this is also like the energy that you put forth or that you left behind. So not only, so if these weren't your children with the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups, then I think that before you left, you left some sort of like ideas behind that weren't fully like birthed with the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups. Like, so you left some sort of like thing behind for people to remember you by, but I'm trying to say it wasn't like fully like thought out yet. So like some people in your life might have had to like finish these things for you. Like if you were writing a book or something, it didn't get fully finished or fully published, so you had other people in your life take advantage of those not fully well formed out ideas. But yeah, they weren't, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. They weren't fully formed, So other people in your life took over completing them for you when you passed on. But you were really well known for your speech as well, just like the way that you talk to people. People really liked your voice. Um, you were really good at giving advice. People were able to really see themselves in you. Like the good that you showed, people like to imagine that like it made them feel good because for one, they like to see that there are people on this planet that, you know, really did have good intentions, and they like to like see themselves reflected back in that and like think, you know, there's good in me too. Like this person's so good, like there has to be good in me as well. Like so yeah, you just brought a lot of people a lot of happiness and made them feel really good. So we're gonna see what time period this was, what your occupation was, and what whatever chart else is in here. So I'm gonna ask each chart first if I should use it or if I shouldn't. Should I use the states chart, yes or no? Okay. So what dates could this past life be? What dates could this past life be for whoever is watching this? Okay, so we have 400 to 500 for somebody. Stop. Are there any other dates on here for someone else? Okay, that looks like 800 to 900 for somebody else. Okay, stop. Are there any other dates on this chart for someone else? Okay, no. All right. This chart, please. Are there any dates on here for anyone? Okay, there are. Stop. What dates for the past life for someone else on here? Okay, so that looks like 1500 to 1600. Okay, stop. Hopefully you guys can see. And any other dates on here for anyone else? Okay, so just to reiterate, the pendulum said that for some people we had 400 to 500 that you were alive during this life, or 800 to 900, and then we also had 1500 to 1600. So those were the 3 dates that you could have been alive. Again, 400 to 500, 800 to 900, and then 1500 to 1600. All right, so we'll see what location that you could have been living in. Is there a location in this chart for pile 1? Yes or no? Okay, yes. All right, what location did this person live? What location? Ooh, okay. So it's on the line right between Lemuria and Atlantis. Okay, it's on Atlantis though. So we have Atlantis is where you could have lived. And I'm also going to say Lemuria too because it was on that line at first. But it's definitely at Atlantis. Okay, stop. Is there any other locations that this person could have lived in? Any other location? Okay, we're getting South America as well. Okay, stop. Are there any other locations this person could have lived in for this life? Okay, no. It's starting to go side to side, so no for this chart. So we had Lemuria, Atlantis, and South America. And now I'm gonna see if there's any locations on this side. Are there any locations that this person could have lived on this chart? Okay, yes. All right, what location did this person live in for this life? Pile 1, please. What location did they live? Okay, so it's on the line between Egypt and the Middle East, but I'm pretty sure it's going on the Middle East. It looks like Middle East, and there's something else, Far East. Okay. Sorry that I moved you. Can you go ahead and continue saying what answer it was? It looks like Middle East and Egypt is what we're going with. Okay. All right, stop. Ooh, my foot is falling asleep. Okay. Is there any other locations on this chart for this past life? All right, no. So there's no other locations. All right, so for the locations for this life, take what you feel resonates. We had Lemuria, Atlantis, South America, and then I'm going to say the Egypt and Middle East. So those are the locations that you could have lived for this past life, pile 1. Again, that is Lemuria, Atlantis, South America, Egypt, or Middle East. Whichever one feels like the one that feels right to you. All right, so what was your social background? I feel like you had a lot of money, but we're gonna see what the pendulum says. All right, what was pile 1's social background? What was pile 1? And then we'll use this chart up front right here to see if you were female or male. What was pile 1's past life social background? Yeah, it's going towards rich. All right, stop. Is there any other social backgrounds for anyone else watching pile 1? Okay, it's going on middle class. Okay, stop. Is there any other past life social backgrounds for anyone else watching pile 1? And we have lower middle class as well. Okay, stop. Is there any other social backgrounds for anyone else watching pile 1? Okay, it's saying no. All right. I'm not even gonna bother with gender because I don't think it matters. I feel like you could have been a male or a female or even non-binary or, you know, whatever in your past life. I am getting mostly feminine energy just because Queen of Cups, the Empress, but, you know, that really doesn't mean much. Okay, so let's see what occupation you had. I really got that you were an artist, novelist, or just, you know, and I always forget what the word is if you're just someone that just gives to charity because you have money. I always forget that word. Okay, so what occupation did pile 1 have in this past life? What occupation did they have? There's 2 charts, so I'm going to use both of them. Soldier. You could have been a soldier. Or I'm even feeling like even if you weren't a soldier, you could have just like tended to soldiers. Like a nurse or something. Okay, stop. What else? Was anyone else watching pile 1? What other occupations did they have? Craftsman. it's swinging hard for craftsmen. Okay. And what other occupations are there present for pile 1? Are there any other occupations? Yeah, so we're on artist, musician now. Okay, stop. So that is soldier, craftsman, and artist slash musician. And we're going to use this one too to see what else we have here. What other occupations are present in pile 1's reading? What other occupations are present here? Politician. Stop. Anything else for pile 1? Anything else? Any other occupations for pile 1? Okay, merchant. Alright, sorry. Stop. Anything else for pile 1? Any other occupations? Sorry guys, that's my cat's food bowl. We also have aristocrat. So yeah, just a social influencer basically in that time period. So aristocrat. Okay, stop. Anything else? Any other occupations? No? Yeah, she's saying no. All right. I'm pretty sure that's the last chart that we're using. Cool. So just to reiterate for the occupations, pile 1, there was soldier, craftsman, artist, musician, and then we had politician and aristocrat. Right? We didn't have merchant. I don't know why. I'm also seeing merchant. I feel like I don't remember the pendulum going on that one, but I feel like that we also had some merchants. Okay, so what was your lesson in your past life? The age of light. You've been training for this for a lifetime. So you were just really truly living what you were practicing for many lifetimes before this past lifetime that we're currently going over. So like, I feel like when you went through this lifetime, you'd actually been gearing up for it for many lifetimes before, and you actually fully completed like the lessons that you were supposed to learn in this lifetime. So yeah, when you pass or whatever, like I feel like that lesson book or whatever that you had been, prepping and going through for a while, that ACT prep or whatever, like you had actually like signed off and finished and like had a diploma at the end of this lifetime and been like, okay, like I fully completed what I was supposed to do, and now it's time to enter in a new cycle of lessons and learning to go through, a different lifetime. So I feel like when you finished this lifetime, you actually took some time off from being present on Earth and were like a spirit guide for other people, and maybe just came back as an animal for a couple lives or whatever. Like this is just stuff that I believe in, but like I feel like you finished this lifetime, took a little break, was a spirit guide for a while, whatever have you, and then you come back now and you've been like going through some different lessons. So we're gonna see what lessons those are. So your current life lesson for this current life is you are here to birth a new age. You are here to birth new creations, dream a new world into being. Wow, that is so awesome, pile 1. I'm actually kind of getting a little emotional because I feel like that's what you did in this past life that we're currently going through. You were an empress. You embodied that energy. You embodied this Queen of Cups energy. So I feel like you're kind of just sort of doing what you did in this past life, but you're doing it in a new, different way that's necessary for this current life that we are all in. Since you're here to birth a new age, birth new creations that are necessary for the people and generations that are on this planet and are going to be on this planet soon. So yeah, I think you're still here to just be a nurturing individual, caring individual, and to birth new things, new creations. So you could literally now still be an artist, a novelist, or whatever that you are, an inventor, or just someone here to like, encourage and take care of others. Um, I just feel like that's still the sort of energy that you bring when you come onto this planet, in a physical way. So that's all that I have for you, pile one of who you were in your past life. I hope that you resonated with this reading. If you did, give me a like and subscribe. If you're interested in a personal reading, please check out the description box to the link to my Etsy page. You can order a personal reading there. I hope that you have a great day, night, or evening. Goodbye. Hi, pile two. If you chose this seashell, then this is your reading, and we are figuring out who you were in a past life and what your lessons were, what your occupations were, all that fun, good stuff. So we have the Four of Pentacles reversed, the Ten of Swords, and then the Ace of Wands reversed. So I feel like in your past life that we're going over, I feel like you had some difficulty like transitioning in that life. And I mean like transitioning from like your spiritual self, your soul like coming back into another body and having to be present on earth again. I feel like, I'm the type to believe that we sign up to come back to earth, and then we might just come back here, and once we're like alive and kicking, we're like, what am I doing here? Like, why did I come back to this place? So that's my background when I say past lives and current lives and all that stuff. So I really feel like you had a tough time being present here, being present on earth. And with the Ten of Swords being here, and the Ace of Wands being reversed, and the Four of Pentacles being reversed, I feel like you could have died pretty young. I feel like you had some health issues. You might have got sick when you were young. Just didn't have a lot of time to bring like your plans into fruition. But like it seems like your purpose here was to like ignite like a new beginning, like a new beginning for someone else possibly, or just to help someone else release something. Just like that could have been like, hi Luna. Luna is here, y'all. She's present for y'all's reading. So yeah, it seems like you don't be here, Luna, but you need to sit like to the side, okay? So it seems like in your past life, you had a lot of issues with, Luna, I'm sorry, but you are distracting me, okay? It seemed like you didn't really get a lot off the ground before things ended, is what I'm trying to say. Because the Ace of Wands was reversed, or in the Four of Pentacles is here, and the Ten of Swords. I'm also hearing that you're just going to sit on top of cards. Really? You get on my nerves. You always get on my nerves during one pile. Ugh. So I feel like if that's not the case, if you did... No, not if that's not the case. For some people, they did die early in their past life. And then for other people in their past lives, they just had a lot of struggle like the whole time that they were on the earth. And like things never seemed like to get better. You just went through a lot of like lessons after lessons. Ten of Swords. You had financial issues. You never really had any passion in life. You couldn't really do what you felt like you could do because things were just so hard for you in your past life, and you weren't able to really act on the creative ideas that you had in your past life just because you were just continuously like anytime you felt like you had an up, like you came back down. And things were such a struggle for you back then, I think, because like you had to struggle in that life to have any prosperity or whatever that you had to carry on through in other lives, if that makes sense. So we're gonna look at the rest of the cards here and see what else is going on. So we have the Emperor reversed. I feel like you could have in a past life been born into like a really like poor family, or just a family that didn't have a lot of money, or you could have been born into like some sort of like servant position or like slave position when you in a past life. It just seemed like indebted to a really restrictive like authoritarian figure, like, and I think you like in your past life you really like ached for freedom, ached to be able to do like whatever that you wanted to do, because again, like you had a lot of ideas and creative and passion, but you couldn't act on it because like you're being held down, and like held down by something that was out of your control, with the Four of Pentacles being reversed. Like something was out of your control and you didn't have the control that you wished that you could have had. And I feel like that is what ended some of your lives early. But, or like again, you just had some sort of sickness that kept you from being alive longer. Yeah, so I'm sorry if this is like triggering you guys or anything, but I'm just reading what the cards say about your past life. So we have the Lovers here. So it seems like in your past life, you were either someone that had a lot of choices, had trouble making choices. Like, I feel like, again, there was some sort of energy, some restrictive energy that kept you from making the choices that you wanted to make. With the Chariot being here, some things kind of felt like out of control in your life. With the Four of Pentacles being reversed, it was because you didn't really have a lot of control on what was going on in your life. Again, I feel like your life was pretty much controlled by some sort of situation that was out of your control, by being born into like a lower class state or something, some sort of like being like indebted to some sort of like authoritarian figure or whatnot. Yeah, there's like a lot of chaos in your life, and so you kind of felt restricted from making like your own choices, with the Lovers being here. So I feel like you got control like where you could in your life, and I think the control that you did have was through being through like romantic pursuing. So I feel like even though monetarily you suffered, I think like you did have like you were an attractive person, and that you did have like a lot of people like interested in you because you were attractive. So basically what I'm trying to say is that you could have been like a player in your past life. That was the one thing that you did have control over, so you kind of like to keep your options open when it came to like who you were interested in. So we have the Three of Cups. I think that despite the fact that I really do feel like you didn't have like a long life here, you did create a lot of friendships. You did create a lot of positive memories, like where you could, even though life was like hard for you and that you weren't able to act on like any creative pursuits or have the freedom where you wanted to have it, monetarily, or just, you know, being indebted to whoever this Emperor is reversed. Like you did have like a good family life with the Three of Cups. I feel like you did create good friendships, and I'm also feeling like you were drunk a lot too with the Three of Cups. Like you could have been like a drunkard. You could have just indulged in alcohol a lot, because I don't feel like the life that you lived during this lifetime was like the best one in a lot of areas, because we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. So just feeling like Again, like monetarily, things were out of your control, that you didn't really have the resource that you wanted to do with the things that you wanted to do. And the Four of Pentacles is reversed again. So just some sort of like monetary like things were out of your control. Like you didn't have the wealth that you wanted or you wished that you had. Please move. And so yeah, you took control where you could. So again, that was like with the people that you had around you, the people that you pursued, you had control there. Having fun where you could with family, with friends, and again with alcohol, I'm feeling like with spirits, like that was like one of the things that you indulged in. But yeah, monetary wise, things were not in your control there. You were kind of like, and I really feel like a lot of you guys just were kind of born into like debt and being indebted to some sort of person, or just you were born into like a low social status. So I'm feeling like you didn't live past like 30. Like I feel like that was like the max, like 30, like I'm feeling like 20 to 30 is like you died pretty young, like in that age range. So you were just kind of born into like a situation that you never were able to live life to the fullest that you wanted to. But the lessons that you took out of this lifetime were like immense. I think that as soon as you were born into the next lifetime, that you did everything you could to like avoid ever feeling like this again. Like you were kind of like born into whatever lifetime that came next with this fire, this energy, this love for life, where you were going to create like your dreams and bring them into fruition. You were born with this Ace of Wands like upright, so that you never felt like you had to struggle like this again. Like you were like, you went through this lesson and you're like, okay, yeah, that's not happening ever again. Okay, so we're gonna see what occupations and stuff that you had, when this life was, and where you could have lived at. Okay, so are any of the dates on this chart accurate to the pile 2? Yes or no? Okay, we have a yes. Ooh, thank you. You can stop. What dates for pile 2, please? What dates? Okay, so I'm pretty sure that is the 600 to 700 range. Okay, you can stop. Any other dates? Any other dates? Any other dates on the side of the chart? Okay, no, there's not any other dates on this side of the chart. All right. What other dates for pile 2 did they go through this lifetime? What other dates? Oh, the way I'm sitting is like not comfortable. Okay. What other dates for pile 2, please? It's like on the line between the last two, so I'm going to take both of those. That is 1800 through 1900 and 1900 through 2000. Okay, so this lifetime could have been really recent for you guys. So are there any other dates for pile 2? Okay, 1300 through 1400. Okay, stop. Any other dates on here? I think that's no. All right, so for dates, again, that was 600 through the 700. It was 1800 through 1900 and 1900 through 2000, and then 1400 through 1500. All right, so we're going to see where this life could have been located. Okay. Where did Pile 2 live during this past life? Where did they live? Okay, South America. Any other places, any other locations on this chart for Pile 2? Okay, North America. That makes sense for the 1800 to 1900 and 1900 through 2000, right? Okay, and stop. Any other locations for this Pile 2? We have Africa. Okay, and stop. Any other locations for the Pile 2 on this chart? Okay, that's a no. All right. Any locations on this chart for Pile 2 of where this past life was located? All right, no, there's no locations. So for the locations of where you were in this past life, we have South America, North America, and Africa. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I already know what the social background was for this life, but we're gonna see. Okay, what social background did Pile 2 have during this past life? What social background did they have? Yeah. Total poverty, it says. Total poverty. Okay, stop. Is there any other social backgrounds that Pile 2 could have had in their past life? Lower middle class. Okay, stop. Is there any other social backgrounds on this side of the chart? Is there any other social backgrounds for Pile 2? And poor. All right, stop. Any other social backgrounds for Pile 2? It's just going over total poverty again, so I'm thinking that that's a no. Ooh, I'm gonna do a little stretch real quick, and then we will see what occupation you had. All right. What occupation did Pile 2 have in this past life? What occupation did they have? My arm's like shaking it a little, so I'm just gonna make sure I know it's slave though. All right, what occupation did Pile 2 have? Just go over the same answer again, please. Yeah, slave. Servant slash slave. All right, what else? You can stop, please. Okay, what other occupations did they have? Or should we move on to the next chart? Okay, that's a no. So that's a move on to the next chart. All right, what other occupation did Pile 2 have during this past life? Okay, so we have hunter. Okay, stop. Are there any other occupations that pile 2 had? Okay, no. So that was servant, slave, and then hunter was the occupation that you could have had in your past life. All right, so now we're going to see what lessons that you had in your past life. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. So, your past life, you could have been literally a part of like a tribe. If you were hunter-gatherer, so the Great Gathering, it all makes sense. I feel like you had to learn in your past life how to be a part of a group. And, just with the 3 of Cups, just learning how to be in harmony with the group and how to get along with people, because, you know, people move us through this life. You know, it's not possible to do everything on your own. So you really learned how to rely on other people. But, you know, with 10 of Swords, it's some people, you know, do betray us, but I feel like whatever betrayal you came into in that lifetime, you have like worked through it and have forgiven them and learned how to, just be a part of a group, how to rely on things coming together on their own time, and to have patience. Just having to go through all those trials and tribulations in that past life, I think you just learned how to be patient as well. And Luna is back too. I can't help you. I'm sorry. You need to figure it out. Okay. And so what lesson are you learning in this lifetime is how to mother yourself, how to take care of yourself. I think maybe in the past, like with the Great Gathering, you might have had to really like rely on other people to take care of you. Just like Luna relies on me to take care of her. And so maybe right now you could be feeling that you're having to go through everything on your own right now. And that's not necessarily true. Like, you have a spiritual team behind you. You have those same people that were in your life in that past life. They're around you now, rooting for you. And, you know, you can always reach out to them and rely on them to help you get through this time. They're just going to be there spiritually, okay? And with mothering yourself, you just really need to learn how to listen to your body, listen to your mind, and, you know, take care of yourself the way that you need to be taken care of. Just really work on self-care. Again, listening to yourself and figuring out what you need and what you don't need. And you'll really see, like, this Six of Pentacles turn around in this life when you give to yourself first and, you know, don't, you know, pour into yourself first before you pour into others. So if you really focus on giving to yourself, nurturing yourself, you'll see that financial outcome and return as well. Okay, sorry for all the distractions with my cat pile too, but that is all that I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. And if it resonated, please give me a like and subscribe. If you're interested in a personal reading, check out the description box below and you'll find the link to my Etsy page there, and you can book a personal reading there. I hope that you have a good day, night, or evening. Goodbye, pile 2. Okay. Pile 3, if you chose this selenite stone, then this is your reading. We are figuring out who you were in a past life and what, you know, your lessons were, what your occupation was, when you were alive, all that good stuff. Okay, so we have good things. We have the Three of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Cups reversed. Okay, so I feel like pile 3 that you were a leader in your past life. You could have been a part of in a war. You could have been like a captain or just some sort of like I'm hearing the word crusader. Like you could have been a part of those like Christian crusades or some sort of like religious war. Whatever you fought for, whether like literally you were in a war or figuratively like you just stood up for your beliefs or what have you, I feel like you were a fighter, you were a leader, you fought for what you believed in whatever sense, whether you were in actual war or you were just like a politician, a religious leader, like whatever have you. You had your own morals and beliefs and values, and you spoke up for them and you fought for them, and you never were afraid to fight. You never were afraid to like, you never stepped down from a fight. And you were also just a very like mental person. Like you were very logical, very reflective, and you could have had like some sort of like air sign moon in your past life. Like for example, you could have been an Aquarius moon, a Gemini moon, Libra moon. I just feel like that your emotions were very in line with like your mental, like you thought your emotions through instead of like really feeling them, with the Knight of Cups being reversed. And also you could have been like a nun or like a priest. Like I don't really feel like the Knight of Cups, like love wasn't like on your radar, or it could have been at some point in your life, but you could have been heartbroken, and after that heartbreak you just decided to leave love behind and just really focus on whatever it is that you fought for. I feel like you could have been a part of some big movement like women's rights movements, or just sort of something, some sort of revolution, some sort of big change. Like you were a part of that, or you like really fought for that. Let's see what else we have. Okay, so yeah, Five of Wands, like again, in any sort of conflict that you've found yourself in, like you never backed down from a fight. You really stood up for your, whatever it is that you believed in, and you know, really didn't care what other people thought about it. And then with the Eight of Cups being reversed here, I definitely feel like, again, there was some sort of heartbreak or something that happened in this past life, because I feel like not only did you walk away from this person or was left behind, I feel like you also walked away from having any sort of ties to like emotions. Like you put all your focus and all your heart and passion into fighting for these beliefs and just left love behind. Like you didn't really have any reason for it after that. You didn't really care. So with the Four of Wands, I think whatever you left behind, whatever legacy you left behind, it stays like strong today. Like whatever it is that you fought for is something that needed to happen for your own spiritual growth, but also for like the growth of this planet. So there's positive things that came behind, positive, stable, secure things that are still being carried out to this day. And I think that's still part of you. That's still part of your brand as a spirit on this earth, is that you are someone that's going to speak up for what you believe in and fight for what you believe in. You could be an activist now to this day, just really care about what's going on in the world and what's happening around you. I think with the Nine of Pentacles being reversed, I think you have the energy of just, again, like caring about the overall well-being of everyone. You could have Capricorn or Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces like heavy in your personal planets in your natal chart, just because that your heart really cares about what happens to everyone, not just like what happens to you, like in your solitary beliefs. But that was just something that was like you were big, again, and passionate about. It was like what you fought for affects everyone, not just you. And you put all your passion and all your wants and needs into whatever you fought for or spoke up about. You didn't really care about your own personal wealth and happiness, because you cared so much about the overall happiness for everyone. So even though the Nine of Pentacles seems bad, it's just like because you put everyone else, or you put this cause first because you believed so much in this cause, And by putting this cause first, it's kind of like you put like the world first before your own personal needs. Because I feel like overall your needs were met anyway with being this embodying this King of Pentacles energy. You felt you were, for one, in your past life, you were very solid in yourself. And again, just so solid in that you really believed in what you were fighting for and speaking up about. And you were confident, and having all this confidence and having all these, set beliefs and the stability, like monetary, like you were fine. Like your needs were always met, King of Pentacles. Like your needs are always met. You didn't really like want for much besides taking care of this like action, this activist side of you, this martyr side of you. Like you put all of your like wants and needs into that cause. So like, but all your other needs and all your other like wants, they were met because you already had the either monetary resources or just your resources, like whatever you had, like you, whether you were financially stable or not in that life, like your needs were just always met. Like I have no other way to like say it. So with the Strength card here, like again, like you're a fighter, like you were very courageous, very strong, very solid in yourself. So you didn't really like doubt ever like what you were fighting for because you just fully believed in it. Just very brave, courageous, stable person. And then we have the Page of Wands reversed. I feel like this fight died with you because it was completed in that lifetime. I feel like whatever issue this was, got taken care of, and that it wasn't something that continued on. And meaning like, I don't feel like your children or like whatever had to like continue to fight for it. I think it got completed in your lifetime, and you were able to leave behind like a peaceful like situation, and it's not something that you have to even like fight for in this lifetime that you're currently in. So everything that you fought for, like I said, it stands true today. Like those things are like either not like a big deal to this in this current life or in this current generation, or whatever actions that you took in that time period, like they're not needing to be taken care of anymore. Okay, so let's see what we have here. When did this happen? Where did this happen? How much money did you have? And what did you do for work? Okay. Are any of these dates on this part of the chart necessary for pile 3? What past life, what time period did this happen in? Okay, so this was, for some people, this was early, 300 to 400. Okay, stop. Any other dates on here for pile 3? Any other dates on here for pile 3? Any other dates on here for pile 3? Okay, no. When did this happen for pile 3? When did this lifetime happen for pile 3, please? Okay, 1600 to 1700 for some people. Okay, stop. What other dates did this happen for pile 3? Okay, that's on the line right between 1300 to 1400 and 1400 to 1500. So those dates as well. All right. Stop. Any other dates for pile 3? Any other dates? Any other dates for pile 3? Okay. So that was 300 to 400, I'm pretty sure. And 1700 to 1800. And then 1300 all the way through 1500. All right, so let's see where you could have lived during this time. Okay. Where did pile 3 live during this lifetime? Where did they live? Africa. Okay, stop. Anywhere else? Anywhere else on the side of the chart? Anywhere else? Europe. So Africa and Europe. Okay, stop. Anywhere else? And Asia. So Africa, Europe, and Asia. Okay, stop. Anywhere else on this side of the chart? No. Alright, we're gonna come on this side and see if any of the places here you could have lived. Okay, so where else did pile 3 live? Anywhere on this side of the chart? Britain. Okay, stop. Anywhere else? Far East, it says. Okay, stop. Anywhere else? Alright, no. So that was Africa, Europe, Asia, Britain, and the Middle, or no, not Middle East, Far East. So that's where you lived in those lifetimes, or you could have lived, whichever place you feel called to, like, it's the place that you lived. So your social background, let's see. Pile 3, what was pile 3's social background? Pile 3, please. Okay, it's going on upper middle class. So some of y'all were upper middle class. Okay, you can stop. Any other social background for pile 3? Any other social background for pile 3? So it looks like it's on the line between lower middle class and just middle class. It's going on that line. Okay, you can stop. Any other social background for pile 3? Okay, I think that's a no. And we'll see what your occupation was. I know my pendulum is tired. All right, what occupation did pile 3 have? Okay, so we have wanderer / vagabond. So I feel like some of y'all could have like just wandered around like preaching whatever you were preaching. Stop. Stop, please. Okay. Any other occupations on this side of the chart? Okay, that's a no. So we're going to go to the other part. Any other occupations for pile 3? Scholar. So some of you guys were a scholar. Okay, stop. Any other occupations for pile 3? I feel like it needs more. Any other occupations for pile 3? Yeah, so we have politician and religious. It's on the line between them. Okay, stop. Any other any other occupations for pile 3? That's the way I'm holding it. It was like going on a weird angle. I think we're pretty much wrapped up, but I'm gonna check. Okay. Any other occupations for pile 3? Yeah, no. Okay, so that was vagabond / wanderer, and then we had scholar, politician, religious. Okay, so we'll see what your lesson was last lifetime, and we have starseed. So you are a starseed, and your passion, like your lesson last lifetime, was figuring out what lights you up, and I feel like you pretty much figured that out pretty quickly and focused on what was your passion in your lifetime, what lights you up. And your activism was your passion in your last lifetime, like really helping other people, like, leaving behind a world that you would be proud of leaving behind. I feel like that was your passion last lifetime. And your passion this time is the initiation. So you're leveling up in this lifetime. I feel like you're doing a similar thing of, figuring out what lights you up and expressing that outwards and leaving behind, an earth that you'd be proud to leave behind. But I feel like this lifetime is, instead of being as focused on others and, causes and things that affect others, I feel like you also need to be focusing a lot more on yourself this lifetime, because you're going through a transformation during this lifetime. You're going through the initiation, which is a rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So I'm actually going to read a little bit of the initiation to you. I don't really like reading the book that often, but I feel like I'm feeling called to do it today. So we're going to read a little bit of it for you. The initiation's on page 68. Okay, so I'm not going to read through it all because I know that not everyone's going to even want to listen to all of it. So I'm just going to read the first paragraph and the last one. Okay. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside, but are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred, but only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are right now. You're being tested, initiated because you are headed somewhere sacred. I'm actually going to read the second paragraph too. Initiations require that we cross the threshold from one world or state of being to the next. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, of security, of depth, of meaning. If you are in the middle of an initiation right now, you will get through it, and one day soon, you will bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. You are going somewhere sacred. It will be worth it, and you're closer than you think. So I feel like a big thing about your lesson this lifetime is actually in relation to others and creating relationships with people that are strong and loving and nurturing. And I say that because the Knight of Cups was reversed for your lifetime, the last lifetime. So I feel like you kind of felt in your last lifetime that you had to go through it alone. And that is something that you carried into this lifetime. But a big lesson for you is learning that you don't have to go through it alone and accepting help when you need it. And also asking for help when you need it. Okay, pile 3, that's all that I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. If you're interested in a personal reading, please check out the description box below. You can click the link to my Etsy page and purchase a personal reading there. I hope that you have a good day, night, or evening. Goodbye.